Hopefully we'll be going live. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There's always that little delay. I'm seeing that. Oh, okay, we're live.
Yay!
So exciting. I always have that moment of like, are we going live? I don't know.
You just never know with technology.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Oh, we have so many comments already. I love it.
I know. I'm so excited. I really enjoyed tonight's book. I mean, I was just the plot. I really enjoyed this book. It was such an old school cozy to me, and I'm so excited to talk about this with everybody. So I can't wait to hear what everyone thought and everyone enjoyed. And you're hugging the books. That makes me happy too.
Caressing the book. I was like, you were so good. I loved it so much.
I mean, I was just. It was one of those, I just fell into the story. I read it in one sitting. I was just so invested.
Yeah. I was like, I was reading it, and then all of a sudden, you know, a few hours later, I had a done book, and I was like, oh my gosh, just flew by.
Oh my goodness, everyone is so cute popping up. So I was chatting with Jennifer and Cody, and we were chatting beforehand, and like everyone's popping up, and like Lisa and Danielle. Oh, it's so cute seeing everyone's name pop up. This makes me so happy. Oh, thank you. Yes, I know. I'm very much going for like the heart motif. You know, I was posting the Instagram stories like, it's on my channel. Books are my heart. HART. Don't spell it wrong. See, and Stacy, she loves your sign too. That was the first thing I said when she popped on.
Thank you. I was just like, we haven't had a live stream so long. I've missed you guys so much. And I'm just like, welcome everybody. We've missed you.
I know. It's one of those, I didn't really realize how long it was until I started talking about it on the Instagram stories, post my little reminders, because I went to say, I'm like, wait, it has been a long time, because we skipped December for the holidays, and we just did the Twitter and 12 Days of Cozies, which I think was so well, and everyone was so amazing, and I love the participation. And so we didn't do it because of the holidays, so our last one was in November. So this is like the first one in a long time.
12 Days of Cozy was amazing. You are just the social media goddess over here. She is fantastic.
Thank you. I love chatting I mean, it's so much fun to see people, you know, get excited and invested in something you create. And so, I mean, I got really emotional, and now that I'm like talking about it again, I'm getting emotional all over. We had over 100 people vote for our February read, and we've never had that kind of participation before. And I started getting really emotional, like, oh my gosh, 100 people, you know, are involved. 100 people took the time to, you know, see what we're talking about. And I'm starting to cry, and I'm wearing mascara. And we're starting this from the get-go.
Happy tears.
I know, like, I'm so emotional and I'm so touched that like so many people enjoy this club. And so like to even see you guys like join right away, even though we haven't done this in, again, a few months, like you guys are right here ready to go, talking about how much you love this book. And like, oh, again, I'm starting to cry. I'm emotional. Like, this just makes me so happy.
My heart is happy that you're happy, and I love everyone in this group. I mean, I've met so many wonderful, amazing people, and I'm just excited. I'm just excited to get back to the swing of things and talk about this book. And Sherlock Holmes definitely did help. I mean, amazing with that mascot. I mean, come on, so cute.
I know. I'm like crying in like the first 5 minutes of the live stream. Of course, that was actually one of the things I was going to mention. So I was super excited. I have all my little notes in front of me. I was like, I might as well mention this now since we're talking about Sherlock. I am so happy with how, you know, everyone was so receptive. I thought that was just so much fun having everyone vote on the name. And so I just wanted to give a shout out because I had that, I had Sherlock commissioned. I went and I asked an artist to design our mascot. And so I just wanted to give Anna Panko a shout out. You know, she worked with me with revisions, you know, before. I love how like I asked people to like submit names before I gave you the design because I worked with her. We went back and forth a little bit. And so I love how Sherlock came out. And so like, I'm so excited. I will design some swag for y'all with Sherlock. And what I did was I consolidated all of the cozy mystery swag links on my website. So all of it is just one running page now instead of having to go find the old blog post or like look around. So everything is there, and Sherlock will be there soon. So that is coming. And I also wanted to mention that similar to Sherlock, Anna Panko, I just wanted to make sure, like, I have my notes in front of me. She also designed our teacup logo. And so kind of like Chip from Beauty and the Beast, started thinking about names for our teacup. So, you know, I want to have some fun with that too. So I'm glad you guys love Perlock, and hopefully we can come up with like some fun teacup names. I don't know, off the top of my head. I just kept thinking of Chip, and I have the little Funko Pop at Chip. So, you know, there's something like that's coming.
Yes, the swag. The swag is amazing. Angela's amazing. We can't wait to have all the swag.
I wish I knew how to do like a stuffed animal version of Perlock, because I have Pushin. I actually should have brought it over, you know, Pushin dressed as the detective. So like maybe you'll figure something out. Like, you know, I'll get working on stuff. So we'll think about it. But yeah, no, I'm so glad you guys love Perlock. That was just one of those things. Like it took me a little while to get it in the works, you know, find the artist, work with her on getting it done. So I'm just so glad that everyone enjoys, you know, again, put time into something. Like, it's really nice to see like this positive response. And again, I'm starting to cry. You guys are like the happiest tears in the world.
I mean, we got Mascot, we got swag. I mean, we're legit. We're too legit.
I have a dog running around like in this apartment, but like aside from that, like, you know, we're live. So, but you guys are so sweet. I'm so glad everyone's like having the best time with this. Like everyone's like, oh, I love Perlock, I love the book. Like this is just amazing.
It's gonna be the best live stream.
I know. I'm like so excited to talk about this book. I mean, I know you enjoyed it. I know people in the comments have enjoyed it. So like, I honestly don't even know where to start first, because there's so many different things to talk about.
Oh, I loved it so much. There was like, honestly, I can't think of a single thing that I didn't like about the book. Like nothing like comes to mind that I was just like, oh, I could have done without that. I honestly can't think of a single thing.
I mean, I went on the Goodreads page for this, and so some people were talking about the story within the story, and you know, saying, "Oh, that wasn't really my cup of tea," and I'm going, "I loved it. Like that was my exact cup of tea." I was like, "This is my flavor. I'm gonna be going to Starbucks tomorrow ordering this. Like this is my cup of tea." And it was so funny when someone said like it wasn't theirs. I'm like, "Well, I'm ordering it again and again." I love
new favorite story. Yes, I really love that, you know, because we've read people of cozy mysteries that have the author, and you get like it's like a little snippet, like a little sentence of what they're writing. And I'm like, I want this whole book. And I'm like, when I was reading, we got like whole chapters of her book. I was here for it. I loved that. I was like, yes, give me more. Write a 600-page cozy. I'm here for it.
I saw someone said it was like 2 novellas equals 1 book. Someone else said you get like a book in a book. I mean, honestly, like if she wanted to do a spinoff of just that book, I would buy it. I'd read it in a second.
100%, 100%.
I was very invested in Lady Penelope and Victor's relationship. If they did not get together, I was gonna be like throwing an emotional fit, like reading this book, like angry highlighting in the page in my Kindle.
Angry highlighting. Cody's saying it did not feel like a series. The characters were very developed. The story was great and tied into the mystery she was living. Oh yeah, for sure. I completely agree with that. But
the parallelism, it was super. I didn't actually notice it at first, and I felt like I should have, because I even have the mug, like, don't annoy the writer or you'll end up in a cozy mystery, or like you'll end up in the mystery novel or something. I have the mug that says you'll end up in my novel, and that's exactly what she did. I noticed Clayton was the inspiration for the victim. I knew that, but I didn't think, oh, this character parallels her sister, and this character is also this one. So the fact that she was getting her inspiration from the other characters, that was just so cute to me. Because again, like it was one of those things where I went, oh, yes, I see that now. I should have noticed that before.
I know, me too. It was like towards the end, and I was just like, oh, I got it. It wasn't until like she kind of clicked for her, you know, because she was under investigation, and the detective was like, this is evidence of her manuscript. I'm like, okay, come on.
Because I think writing is such a phenomenal endeavor, and again, we probably talked about this in a little bit, but I mean the fact, you know, she's a recent widow. She's starting this new adventure in her life. She's trying to fulfill her dream of opening a bookstore, and writing was also a dream of hers. And you know, it's just so personal, and I think it's cathartic for her. And so for him to like step into that, I was so mad. I was so mad at Detective Pitt there. I was just, I was not having it.
I was so intuitive.
I was protective of her story. I'm like, you leave Lady Penelope and Victor alone.
You do not get to read them.
It was different. I also liked that it was, pre-World War II England, so it wasn't necessarily reading something like, oh, I'm in Michigan, let's have something set in Michigan. So it's kind of nice that it was set in a different time period. I thought that added a little something extra.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And Jennifer was saying it was like getting 2 books in one, and I felt exactly like that. I was like, I'm literally reading 2 different books. I love that, and they're both mysteries. I'm just so excited.
I mean, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I felt like the style for the book that she was writing was different than the style of the actual cozy mystery we were reading. I was like, I felt like 2 different authors.
And that's just amazing how that just like tells you just about the range that the author has, because she can write 2 completely different mysteries within one book and have a totally different tone each one. So it feels like you're reading from 2 separate authors, which technically you are. So.
I thought it was fabulous. I mean, I had that moment like she's channeling her character, channeling a character. I was like, this is so meta. I was so bad. I mean, again, like such great writing. If anyone overlooks cozy mysteries, you're gonna hand them this and be like, read this one. Like, no, this is yes, read this book, because the fact that she had such a different style while writing the other book, that was mind-boggling to me, because so many people are struggling to write one book, and here's this lady that I've never read before writing 2 books that were both amazing. I was like, how are you doing this? Teach me your ways.
Teach me. It was like cozy mystery inception. You're getting so many layers deep. And Danielle is saying Detective Pitt reminded me of the police brother from Scream. He's a bit aloof, who wasn't taken seriously. Oh my gosh. And when Nana Jo called him Stinky Pitt, I was like, Nana!
I honestly, I kind of just tolerated him until he took the book. Because I had that moment of, okay, you're bad at your job. I get it. You're not the nicest human being, but you're trying to do your job. You're following up on some leads. I'm not going to hold that against you. It was when he took the novel and he was just doing it to be spiteful and to just be mean. That was when he lost me for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, you can call him Stinky. You can call him that all you want. I'm fine now. Because before, I was kind of like, oh, the poor guy. He can't escape the name. By that point, I was like, just keep calling him that. It's fine.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, you're just mad because Nana Jo had to remind you that you were Stinky Pitt.
I mean, seriously, like the first time she said it, I was like, oh, Nana Jo. I was like, blow. And then when she said it again, when he was taking the manuscript, I'm like, yeah, you tell him. I was like, you go for it, Nana Jo. But I love that she didn't tolerate anything from him. She was like, nope, like give her that book back. You need a reason. You're not taking that laptop. I love that she had Sam's back. It was just, she was amazing. She was awesome.
Yes.
I love that. I love Nana Jo is my favorite.
Stacey, Christine, love Nana Jo.
I'm like, I have notes about Nana Jo because everything about her was just hysterical and fascinating to me. I mean, I think I shared the quote, she's all the Golden Girls in one.
Yes. I was just like, I need to meet this woman because that would be amazing.
But I mean, she's so cute. And this was one of my notes. This felt very, female empowerment to me, because we have the main character who's, a woman, and then we have, her Nana Jo, we have her sister. It was just so great. And then she had all of her friends. I mean, her friends were just, I pulled the quote.
They saved her bacon in the end. I was like, get it.
She had the gun. She was like, you don't mess with her. I'm going to protect her. They were the ones who got the clues too.
Yes.
I was so impressed. I mean, again, I've mentioned this, I think, in every live stream. I hate it when the sleuther is just like, I'm going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. But I love that they kind of were trying to pull Sam out of her shell, because she was, still going through, she's a recent widow, and they're trying to bring her out. Yes, we're going to solve the mystery together. But I love that they were taking on the active role of getting clues. Hey, I'm going to go out with this guy, and I'm going to go to the ladies' room and gossip with them. I mean, what?
When Sam met up with all of them, they already had all their notes, and they were just like, I did this, I did that. And Sam was like dang, impressive.
I mean, it was so funny. I loved this part where, again, they're trying to pull her out of her shell, and they're bringing her to like go get lunch at the steakhouse, the buffet, and then they were trying to go out and get groceries with their coupons, trying to like the maximum limit from the printed on the bottom. Like they were really trying to do a lot with her, not just the mystery. Like I love that they were trying to get her involved in their lives. I just thought that was so cute.
Everyone loving Nana Jo, and Miriam says Nana Jo and her group made this seem much more believable than it is sometimes. Yeah. I love their relationship.
I mean, it was so cute. I mean, they're talking about like going to Zumba and water skiing and doing all these things. I mean, she's like, she could knit, but she chooses not to. I mean, honestly, like it was so great to see, at least in my opinion, this was probably one of the few books where we had people in all the age ranges.
Yeah.
Because we had her being the high school teacher, so we saw some high school students. Her nephews are college age. She's in her mid-30s. Some of the suspects, 50s, 60s, and then you have the senior citizen sleuths. I just love that. Like, it was so great.
It's like a cozy mystery for all ages.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it really was. But I love that, we had the senior element, and it wasn't the next door neighbor who would all of a sudden just drop that random clue that they needed. Like they were part of the story.
Yeah, Jean is saying that I like that each of the senior sleuthers had their own way of getting info. Like they each had like different, like little like clubs, activities that they did. So like I'm doing this, and then okay, I'll go and do this, and it was so cool how they were just all included, and they each had their little part. And I love that their book club name after the book or like sleuthers. I'm like, yeah.
I was like, that needs to be a real hashtag. If that's not already on Twitter or Instagram, it needs to be. Like, we need to get that started.
When we're still doing this, when we're like 50 and 60, that's what we're going to change the name of the club to.
I'm going to scroll up again with my eyesight. Someone mentioned Nana Jo needing her own book and like her gang needing their own series. Like, it's true. They need their own book.
Cody said that. Nana Jo needs her own book.
I need to see again. I haven't read anything by this author, although now I'm going to go auto buy everything she's ever written because, again, super impressive. I mean, I'm kind of fascinated. I would almost like to see each book in a series is told from like a different woman's point of view and have each of them be like the main sleuther. I don't know what the rest of the series is, but if she ever decides to do a spinoff, I'd be there for it.
There for it. Yeah. The next book is Reed Herring Hunt. Red Herring, coming soon. So if anything, it's like I just want to read for both of the cozy mysteries that we have in this book.
I love how we're like, we want the book within a book. We want each character to get their books. Like, clearly this woman, if she wants to, keep writing the series, I mean, there's a demand for it. Like, we'll sign the petition. Like, we'll get this going.
Dude, this can never stop. This just needs to keep going.
You can never end this book series now. She's got to just start writing different characters. Because I'm trying to, they were hysterical. Irma, it was so funny with the dialogue, too. Because, again, cozy mysteries have that genre. I mean, they're very specific with what they allow and don't allow. And so she kind of played with it. Again, to me, this was a classic cozy, but she kind of played with the boundary of, they would almost swear and then a character would cut her off right at the knees. So you were reading the dialogue and it felt so real. Like they would interject before someone could say the swear. So it wasn't written, but you knew where they were going. And so I thought it was really, really clever how she was trying to make it modern and got that in there without really getting it in there.
I love that. I was like, I just connected with Irma on a spiritual level because she was almost cussing and then she wants the romance. I'm like, yes, the romance.
It was just so cute because I thought that was really clever too because she actually explained what a cozy mystery was in a cozy mystery. But it wasn't condescending or anything because you think, oh, well, I'm clearly reading this. Therefore, I already know this. But it felt so natural and it was so cute the way it came about. It was just so great to me.
Yeah.
I'm just gushing.
Just 2 more books in this series, Lisa's saying. And Miriam already bought the next book. Gina's saying she likes my headband. It's Book Spines. Yes, you're correct.
She was the best headbands. She got me one and it's Belle. I wear it all the time. Whenever you use your cleanser and you're trying to take off your makeup or just at the end of the day when you're washing your face, I use it every day. She's the best taste in headbands.
Thank you. And Cody says there are 5 books in the series. Wow, we got some reading to do then.
I know. I saw it was nominated for an Agatha, and I didn't even realize that. I'm almost like, what book beat this? I kind of want to know. I'm going, what book possibly had more awesomeness than this one? I mean, I was so just, again, I'm invested in this book. Like, I have all my notes, and there's just so much to talk about and, decompress here. I mean, even just characters, because I did not see Dawson coming. I mean, just the side stories as well. Oh my gosh.
They were just so fleshed out, even though they were side characters. All the characters had their own voice and their own story. And I'm just like, I loved Dawson so much. He was supposedly this typical, football player. And then his story is so heartbreaking. And then Nana Joe's like, well, he's going to stay here. He's going to work for room and board. And Sam is like, what do you want to do? Like, I know what your dad wants you to do. What do you want to do? And he's like, I kind of love baking. I'm like, yeah, you do.
That's what that was part of my female empowerment note of her being there for the male character. Like, he was relying on her. And I was going, this is so atypical. Yeah. I mean, usually it's the reverse. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes, But I just thought it was so great that she was the one, yes, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you this opportunity. And I loved it when she said, oh, when he wanted to do larger orders, I let him go into my house and use my stove. And she gave him a budget to go get the supplies. I mean, she was really there for him. I mean, I love this scene. Like, I got emotional reading it when they said, we're bringing him the cot, and he got really, you're doing this for me. I mean, this had nothing to do with the overarching mystery story, but it was just so great. I'm like, this is like this.
And I was like, I just want to hug him. And I was like, it's okay.
I mean, I actually, one of the lines I pulled was he wasn't there for the action, so he went off and started baking them cookies and other things because he felt bad for not being there to protect them. So he started baking them all the goodies. I'm going, Dawson is just like, oh, I love him.
I love him so much.
I'm like, I don't know if she's watching. Last time I made this request, the author popped up, but if she ever kills him, I'm gonna be very, very upset. If he's one of the victims in the future books, I'm not having it.
Don't do that to me, please.
No, he's too adorable with his baking. Eventually, he needs to open his own shop or something. He needs to be in charge of her cafe. So, you can't kill him. He has things to do.
Exactly. Yeah, Cody's saying that it seemed like he gave her a purpose since her husband was gone and he was needed. Yeah, in the she's a widow, and I'm just like, way to hit me right out of the gate. That was discussing the first 2 pages, how she was grieving and her sister came over and she's like, is 6 months really too long? Is that the cutoff point for grief? I'm like, oh my, I was tearing up then. I was like, oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine, going through that. And so I was like, well, it hit me in the heart right when we start.
I'm reading the next comment talking about how you feel you got to know Sam least, and that's actually part of what it is to me, almost in a way. I almost feel as if there's a reason for that, because she's in mourning, because she's a widow, and she's trying to figure out who she is almost. I thought that was part of the narrative in a way, she's trying to regain her footing, because even she said she was kind of on autopilot, and I thought that was almost a part of it. I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, but I mean, from the get-go, yeah, there was almost not a vacancy, but she was learning to have that agency as the story went. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought it was so great to me that this was such a character-driven story. I mean, usually with cozies, a lot of people rely on the town or just the location of the setting. But to me, it was almost as if it was more character specific than setting specific. I knew they were in Michigan. I knew that. I knew there was the warehouse that had been converted to the bookstore. I was aware there was a setting and it was important. But just the fact that the characters were just so, they were the main thing. And you had her mother and the nephews and the grandmother and the sister. I mean, I think that was showing her character without her being the character. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly.
I know. I totally get what you're saying. You didn't know her. I don't want to say you didn't know her as a character, maybe because she's trying to learn who she is without her husband. Because if you're married to someone as a married person, when you're married to someone for so long and you're in that relationship and that that's the love of your life, you get in this kind of headspace that you are kind of that person as well. You're a couple, you're them together. And so like she has to figure out who she is by herself, you know, and I love that her husband was like, do your dream, like none of this, you know, if we win the lottery, one day this will happen, like do it now because I'm proof that we're not promised tomorrow, you know, kind of thing. And I was like, whoo. So it's just like she has to learn who she is being by herself. And it's really hard. So if we didn't get like who she is as a character, is because she's learning herself how to be just her and not her and her husband. So I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was just looking down at one of my notes, and I was, again, really early in the story, the goodbye party at the school, like that gave me a sense of who she was without, you know, the show don't tell elements. Like when everyone, I mean, again, this is a school coming together to honor and celebrate her as a teacher. I mean, clearly she did something right for all the students to be putting in this effort, making cards, drawing things for her. You know, that to me shows like, oh, she's kind, she's giving. So, I mean, I got a sense of who she was before the husband passed away. So again, like I kind of went with it with this story because they mentioned they'd been married for 13 years. And it, again, 6 months after he passed away. So as far as time goes, it was just, I think the author handled it so well.
Yeah, I
you're like not like
totally agree. Like I love when you were saying like the showing not telling. Like yes, exactly. Like don't tell me she was kind, empathetic, and she had a good word to say about everybody, and show me like you did. Like it's her last day at school, and everybody, even the cafeteria lady, are here for her to wish her well and give her like a good send off. And I was like, that tells me more than you just writing like, oh, she was empathetic, oh, she was a great person, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think I agree with Miriam. I saw the comment. How old do you think Sam is? I thought I read somewhere she was mid to late 30s.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. Because her nephew's college age, she have to be up there with like, you know, her sister's age. So
I typed agency, like all the words to it. I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line I thought I said something about the 30s. I have the Kindle here. I'm doing that. Oh, a widow in her mid 30s. She actually said that about herself when she was describing her life. But so again, like I don't mean to harp on this one area, but like again, getting distracted with comment. I thought it was really interesting. Again, like I'm giving the writer like all the praise in the world. I thought it was really interesting to have the other widow and her have a moment and have Diana Parker say, well, you loved your husband. So we got a better sense of who Diana was as a character. You knew she worked out. You knew she had this personality. She had sass to her. Like you got a sense of who she was on her own because that's how it had always been. So I thought the juxtaposition of Diana and Sam was really well done. I don't know if this was purposeful, but it read really well.
Absolutely. She seemed like she had so many years of teaching in.
I mean, I'm kind of curious because she'd been married 13 and she said she'd been teaching the entire time they've been married. So I'm pretty sure like she might have started teaching like right out from getting her bachelor's degree or something.
Yeah.
You really hope VM Burns gets to watch this. I know we're just gushing about this book. I mean, I'm kind of curious, like if there's something in particular y'all want us to talk about, you know, character, just, you know, a moment, quote, just something, because there's just so much to this. I mean, again, VM Burns did like such a great job.
Yeah. That was so surprised how the author smoothly developed a friendship between Sam and Diana. Yes.
I did not see that coming, especially the first moment they meet. She's like, I found him dead in my backyard. Like, what? Like, that's how you introduce yourself? I mean, and she was also drunk. Like, I mean, as far as introductions go, like, that was a really bad one.
I was so embarrassed for her. I was like, she's drunk. She just vomited everywhere. Oh, my God.
I mean, I also got the biggest kick out of it. I had that moment, because we've had other cozy sleuthers do this, where she was trying to lean in at the restaurant and be, like, nonchalant, and then she falls into the table banging her elbow. And Diana doesn't say, like, hey, why are you spying on us or listening in? She's like, oh, hi, how are you? Like, I just thought... It was so cute. And then, I mean, even her and her trainer, I mean, I loved their relationship. I know it's one of those weird moments where she was married, but she wasn't really. It was a name only. And so it had, she had already developed this, year-long relationship with this personal trainer. But he was so sweet to her, and he was kissing her hand. He was being so gentle. I was going, oh. Sam didn't have a romance herself, but there was a romance in the story in a way.
Oh, yeah. Trish is here. Hi. It is okay.
I love.
She said, "Sorry, I'm late." So I'm like, "Don't you worry. We're here for you." I love what Miriam said. I really like the portrayal of Diana. I feel this is the kind of character that could have easily been made unlovable, but I really could empathize with her. Yes, absolutely. Stuck in a loveless marriage. That guy was a jerk. And she found some semblance of happiness. Like with her trainer, yes, she was still married at the time, but I mean, that guy was. I mean, I can understand why somebody wanted to kill him. I'm like, he was not very nice.
I mean, that was actually one of my notes about female empowerment, is because usually when you have the widow, there's a certain portrayal, and I love that she was written in a likable way, and they did have a sort of cordial relationship. I just thought that lent itself to the representation of women in general in this cozy. Because again, you tend to have stereotypical moments in novels, just generally speaking, and that's just how it is. And I love that she was breaking the conventions of that.
Yeah. I was just laughing at Trisha's comment. She's like, "Oh, geez, I just waved at you both like you could see me."
I love her. She's so sweet.
But back what you're saying, like, the roles in this book, like you said, are very atypical. Like, you don't have like the typical grieving widow, and you don't have, the gender roles were kind of switched, like you were saying, with Sam protecting Dawson. And I was just like, yes, it was just, that's what made it, like, it just felt so fresh and so real. And so, like, oh, it's just, I just love it. I just can't talk about how much I love this book. I just can't.
Again, like, I'm like, oh, there's so much to talk about. I mean, again, like, please comment away and tell us if there's something in particular. I mean, it was just, and Nana Jo.
Nana Jo forgot.
I loved it when she was like, how long have you had that? You always walk around with that? I mean, the way that she did the
process.
Yeah, I mean, that was so relatable. I was just going, yeah, dude.
She was like, you think you know somebody. Like, I was dying laughing.
I mean, I really wanted, because she fired the gun at one point. Like, it wasn't just for show. Like, she was actually going, I'm going to protect you. I have a weapon. And I love the guy when he's just like, nope, I'm done. I'm not attacked. Nope, we're good. Like, he just stopped dead in his tracks.
She knew how to use it. It was not just for show.
She said she won like an Annie Oakley contest when she was in high school. I'm going, Nana Jo, like, what is this background story? Like, she needs her own book. Maybe like a Nana Jo, like a Nancy Drew type of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Out there. I want to see her win that Annie Oakley contest.
Absolutely. I love when I see like the name Annie Oakley, because that's what my father-in-law calls me whenever we go shooting. He's like, "You're Annie Oakley." I was like, "That's so funny."
I agree. I love the cover of this book, but on the back, maybe I kind of wanted to see the gargoyles and get a little bit more description of that. Yeah. I have Disney Plus, and they have that gargoyle show, so I was kind of ready to see some gargoyle references.
Oh my gosh, I was binging that over the weekend. Sorry, totally like tangent. I was just like, I just had it on while I was painting, and I was just like, I love this show.
I had seen that on Disney Plus, and I'm going, I kind of wanted some more gargoyle references. I mean, again, I give her credit for this because the clues were very subtle, like they were there, but they weren't in your face, or oh, let's go down this red herring, road for no kind of reason. They were there, but they weren't, in your face or whatever. But I wanted more gargoyle description, and I would have loved to have, seen some of the drawings in the book, back page or something. That would have been amazing. If Hallmark ever does a, movie adaptation, please keep that in mind. Yeah. Like, if you watch this, Hallmark executives, I have a request.
Make it happen. I would love to see it. So glad to see others watch gargoyles.
I know. I actually binged it. And what is his daughter's name is Angela, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, every time, and I started Googling the voice actor. I was like, I know his voice. How do I know his voice? And it turned out he was Gus's father on Psych. And I was so excited there was a cozy mystery reference of the actor. this is me. Like, apparently my mind just goes one way. But I mean, I was there. Yep. It was just, I binged that a couple months ago.
Yeah.
When Disney Plus first came out. I think I actually watched that before The Mandalorian and my baby obsession.
I wanted to. I mean, I loved that show as a kid, and then rewatching it, I was like, I know who that voice is, the detective Elisa, and it's like she played a character in Eureka, and I loved that show. And there's a lot of like Star Trek voices in there, and I'm just like, oh, I just love this.
I love that we're adults and we're like, we're watching Disney Plus. Like, this is the group for this. Like, you know, Cookie Mysteries, like, you know, we like the sweetness, you know, we gravitate towards this. Like, this is the right group.
Her nose.
It was right there, but it was one of those, she had the references. I mean, we understood, like, yes, they went into the loft. I thought he was being creepy, like, looking for something. I didn't realize the something was the building itself. I mean, but it was one of the, I kind of noticed it. I pulled one of the quotes saying there were scratches on the door handle near the lock that weren't there before. So I knew it had something to do with her. I thought he was looking for clues about the brother or something, but even put that together right away.
Yeah. I know he was trying to get in there, and I was like, okay. She kind of made you work for it. It wasn't just given to you, you know, kind of. That's what I really liked. It was very Agatha Christie. The clues were there, but you didn't know until the end. Yeah, absolutely. She made you work for it.
It kind of made me feel as if, as a writer, again, it was one. I'm trying to kind of say this, you know, in an understandable way. She knows mysteries. It's one of those. She knows her genre. The fact that it was called Market Street Books. You had Nana Jo drop all the, you know, Sherlock and Holmes, like she had the Sherlock Holmes and Watson, like she was naming the different duos and literature and history. I mean, there were all sorts of references just sort of dropped in there. But again, they were natural. I mean, you really got a sense that this author knows her mysteries. Sure. And that was why it worked, like, on the Agatha Christie level. Like, again, that was actually one of my notes. It says something. I think I wrote it's Agatha Christie-esque. I did like the little dash and wrote esque. And so, I mean, because again, Agatha Christie, I mean, Queen of Cozies, I almost felt as if like this was kind of like in shadow of. I mean, she was definitely seemed to be inspired by her. Because even Miss Marple, yeah, as soon as she referenced Miss Marple, I'm going, yeah, I can kind of see where you're going with this.
Yep.
And I was like, that was actually one of my notes, Cody. Cody and I are on the same level.
You guys got it.
I mean, even calling it like Market Street Mysteries, I thought that was so cute. I love that.
I just want to visit. I want to visit her store.
The bookshelves.
Yes.
I love that she's trying to figure out how to organize them too. Like, that again tells you like she knows mysteries. Because trying to figure out like, how do I do the subgenres? How do I do this? Like, that is something only a mystery reader would understand.
Yep. Like, I mean, exactly just how many subgenres there are in the cozy mystery, you know, or just like the mystery in general. And it's like, that's so right. We don't think about that. Like, oh, like I read mysteries. Like, okay, I was like, well, there's so many little subgenres, like romance. You know, Angela and I, we love romance too, and there's just so many subgenres under that big umbrella. I just love it.
I'm like, there's so many notes. I'm like, we talked about this one. I'm like, we mentioned that one. I mean, I thought it was so cute the way I think I posted this on Twitter. Like many cozy mystery lovers, my introduction to mysteries was through British writers like Agatha Christie. And then later she mentions Encyclopedia Brown was one of her first mysteries. So you had cozy mysteries, then you had her mysteries. Again, like something very specific. Again, non-mystery readers, like they might get it, but not necessarily. Like I just love that it was praising the genre that you're reading. I thought that was really, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So great.
You could tell, like, just reading it, that she loves the genre. She loves it. And you could just tell with everything she poured into this book. You can totally tell.
Like, this was a book by a mystery, like, clearly by a mystery reader for mystery readers. It was just one of those, like, you know exactly who this audience and this target audience is. I just realized this looking down at my notes. I'm like, we haven't even talked really about, Clay and Clayton Parker there, the victim. Like, there's just so much of the story. It's just so amazing on so many levels.
We can talk about the second book in the book.
I'm like, there's so much here. But I mean, I love that we're like, Clayton Parker, we kind of understood why you got, like, we understand.
Yes. Yeah. We understood why you
had a motive. Everybody had a motive to kill this guy. All of his brothers. Anybody he worked with. Basically, anyone he came in contact with was like, he's a bad person.
Anybody that he tried to cheat and swindle, like, seriously, like, he was doing, like, so many dirty deals, and it's like, come on, guy. Jeez.
I mean, again, like, we can talk about it, but at the same time, I think we're kind of like, yep, we understand why you were the victim.
Yep.
I was going to say, most of my notes weren't even about the actual mystery. I mean, the mystery itself is interesting. And I mean, again, I loved this book. Clearly, I'm not saying one bad thing about it, nor do I intend to. But, like, there's just so much here to unpack and, like, just touch on. I mean, like, again, going through all the notes. We had the setting. Oh, again, we're both dog people. The dogs, the poodles, so cute.
Snickers and Oreo. Stop it. I'm like, yes.
It was just so cute when she was going, if attacked, like, the best I could hope for was Oreo's incessant barking would give me a warning. And I'm like, that is Max. Like, that is my dog. Like, that's exactly, like, my situation. Like, that would be the best. And then saying, like, the killer would stumble over Snickers as she lay at his feet on her back, waiting to have her belly scratched.
Yes.
Like, I had to share that quote. I think I shared this, like, multiple times.
Yes. So funny. And I had to keep reminding myself, well, she did as well, that they were poodles. They weren't like normal size poodles. So I'm just like, when they're like attacking and they got, Dawson by the jeans, like on his leg, I was like, oh yeah, they're like little dogs. Okay.
It was so cute. Cause again, I mean, on the cover of the book, they look almost bigger, but again, because Max is my normal. I have this moment every so often when I see the dogs in my building where I'm going, oh, they're so big, but they're actually more of the normal sized dogs, the average. I mean, my little 5-pound puppy is that's how I view dogs, like the 5-pound puppy. But I mean, he's not going to scare the burglar away.
He has a ferocious bark, so he might.
Cody, you are so helpful. Thank you. All the housekeeping stuff.
Oh, you're so good. MVP of today's live stream.
I mean, before I dive into like all the I put it on orange, and I even wrote housekeeping notes because I didn't want to forget. Is there anything else about this book you guys wanted to talk about?
Lady Gizmo, thank you.
You guys are amazing.
They're so good. I totally forgot. I was like, yeah, let's keep talking about this book until the end of time. Let's do it. Right?
I didn't even realize. And I looked at first comment, like, did anybody like Clayton? Everybody who came in contact with this guy was like, oh yeah, there's a reason why he was a victim.
Yeah. Did he have a single redeeming quality? No, I don't think so.
No, even just the business practices.
No, he's dirty. I didn't even know we were honestly talking already for 45 minutes. I felt like we just started. So
I mean, thank you for this. Is exactly why I posted this on Twitter, because I knew I loved the book. And so Cody and Lady Gizmo, you guys, thank you for keeping me on track. I owe you. So first of all, everyone who comments and joined us tonight for the live stream is entered for tonight's giveaway, courtesy of the amazing Kensington. Our book is from Kensington, and they're in charge of the giveaway tonight. And so the two books up for grabs are Sealed Off by Barbara Ross and A Murder at Icicle Lodge by J.D. Griffo. So make sure you comment and get, every comment is an entry. So what I do at the end is, once the live stream is rendered, because YouTube is so much fun and it takes a couple hours once everything is live to then finally upload, I will go back through and every comment becomes an entry. So if there's something you'd like to add about the story or something, that come with your entry. And so after that, I will choose one of the entries or one of your comments and choose a winner for the two books. And so Kensington mails to US and Canada. So if we have Canadians in the house, you guys are entered to win. Just want to make sure I reference that. I know, I love Kensington. Like, they're just so amazing and so amazing. The girls I work with, I just love them so much. Like,
Oh, good.
seriously. And so, because I always do this, I don't know if you guys always notice this, but we always have like a theme for our Twitter. And so this month it was Birds Cold Outside. So both of these books are winter themed. And so you get to experience winter in the warmth of your home. So you can get all cozy by the fire and enjoy winter while not actually being outside in the winter. So they like nailed this one's theme.
You are adorable.
And so I planned these things in advance. Oh, you didn't read the book. Oh, okay. That's sweet. So I plan things out. Again, I am a very organized person. Like, if I don't plan things out, it will kind of knock back my brain. So I try and plan things. I try to do it in quarters, but now I'm looking 6 months in advance. So next month for February, I love this woman, Jodi Halford. She has a mystery series. And so all 3 of her books are going to be the giveaway item for our February live stream. So Deadly News, Deadly Vows, and Deadly Ride. And so Kensington is amazing, and I love them. And so they mail to US and Canada, which I just mentioned. But we're doing 3 ebooks for her entire series. So wherever you are in this lovely like world, you are entertained. As long as you have a valid electronic e-reader, you can win our February giveaway. And so obviously February, Valentine's Day, our theme is oh so romantic. And so her book has a really strong romance narrative. I mean, I love her book. Like, there's a reason why I love this book. I got to interview her. Oh my gosh. I'm like, wait a second. This is January. It was October. Like, time is flying. Oh my gosh. I was like, I haven't talked to her since October. She's so sweet and she's so talented. So her books are our February giveaway. And so be on the lookout for that. And again, like, I'm probably going to get emotional talking about this. Our February read is officially Elementary She Read by Vicki Delaney. So we have our February read. And over 100 of you voted for this, which is amazing.
It's so amazing.
I'm like trying not to cry. I was like, we're going together. And so I shared all the links to where to find it, where to add it on Goodreads. So that is all over on our Twitter. So please get your copy, and you have plenty of time to read it before our February live stream. And I wrote it down, February 25th. See, in the biggest letters I possibly could.
February 25th.
I didn't want to forget. I know Vicki Delaney is so adorable, and her, again, I actually grabbed it, the Sherlock hat. She is so cute. She wears her Sherlock hat when she goes to events, and I remember I posted a picture of myself wearing the hat, and she was like, I wear the hat too. I'm so happy her book won. Again, like, I pretty much I always tell you guys, like, I want you guys to vote. You guys are in charge of this. And when I saw that book pop up and then win, it was great. I was so happy. I'm going, like, we are going to be having, like, so many Sherlock memes and just, like, I'm going to be going for it on our Twitter. I mean, just prepare yourself.
Just in time. As our mascot. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I'm going to be having some fun in Canva and editing these images. Like, it is gonna. Yeah. And I like that you had your hat ready to go. I had to go find mine to make sure I had it.
I have a pin right here near my cozy shelf. So I'm just like, I'm ready.
I honestly, like, I had to write down my notes beforehand because I've been so frazzled and stressed out lately with my dissertation. I was like, I want to make sure I reference everything we're supposed to do tonight. Like, I had to go grab this because it was somewhere in the vicinity of this massive amount of books. But you're so cute. You have it, like, right and ready to go. She even has the pipe, ladies and gentlemen. She has the pipe. Some Instagram pictures and potential pictures in the making right now. Like, you guys, we're gonna get into this.
Amazing.
You guys are so. We're adorable. We look lovely. You guys are so sweet.
My bun is so high. There we go.
And I also mentioned this over on Instagram and Twitter, but if anyone is interested in joining us as a future live stream guest, make sure you let me know, because again, I've been planning things in advance. So if you're interested, I want to hear from you. So DM me on Instagram or Twitter or email me. I've mentioned this before, but again, the dissertation has been a lot. So if I don't respond back to you immediately, it does not mean I don't want to see your beautiful face on a live stream. It just means that I haven't read your message yet. So I will get back to you. Don't think I won't. but I will. And then what else was it? So there was that. And also, I just mentioned Instagram, but if you guys post a picture where you want to recommend a cozy mystery novel or
Sorry.
no, you're just so cute. Like, I made the Instagram for everybody. I mean, again, like I have my personal Instagram. I don't need another Instagram. Like, I have enough social media platforms. Like, I made the Instagram for everybody to use. So if there's a book you want to recommend where you're like, this is the best cozy mystery I've read this month, or oh, this book is worth talking about, and you want to share it, like, please tag the club and I will repost your picture. Like, this is from, like, in my own head, like, this is everyone's Instagram. So if there's a picture you want reshared or something, you know, whether you're taking pictures of this month's book or next month's book or a book we read 2 months or 3 months back, or a buddy read book or something, like, please tag us. Like, I want to know, like, what you're reading, what you recommend. Like, this is your Instagram, so please tell me. So please tag the book club over on Instagram if you post a picture.
Social media.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's so many housekeeping. Like, I'm like, yes, thank you for telling me, like, to do this. Otherwise, we would have run out of time. And then, again, like, start thinking about names for the teacup. You know, we have our second logo. So we have our mascot, and then we have the logo. We need to name our logo.
Good night, Trish. Later.
I love Trish. She's so cute.
So adorable.
And then if anyone is going to Book Lovers Con, it's March 18th through 22nd in Nashville. I sent them a gift basket representing the Cozy Mystery Book Club. And so if you're going there, you can enter to win one of the our Cozy Mystery raffle basket. It's all for charity. And as soon as you say the charity's animals, my heart just melts. And I'm going, I want to protect all the animals. And so I sent a basket, and it has some of our swag in it. So there's the Sherlock Holmes pipe that Nicole was showing off before, a Cozy Mystery baseball cap with our logo on it, and then there are a couple mugs. There's also a 12 Days Cozies mug in there. I love something about sloths are adorable to me, so there's a little stuffed animal sloth and a few other things in the mix. Yes, that exact hat. And then talking about Sherlock, there's also a 221B Baker Street necklace in the gift basket. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can potentially win. So if you're going to Book Lovers Con, even though, you know, I'm not technically there in person, we are still represented as a club. So you be sure to enter to win that raffle basket if you go. So I just got the email today that it was delivered. I mailed it out like a week ago, and I was so happy. I'm going, oh, like we're not going to be there. Like, I'm not going to be there in person, but we're there in spirit in a way. So if you're going, you can get some Cozy Mystery swag from me. And then I will be at Malice Domestic. So that is in May. And so if anyone is going, you know, give me a shout out. You know, hopefully we'll plan something. I just realized she's wearing a hat on a hat. I just noticed that. So, but yeah, if you're going to Malice Domestic, you know, let me know. They officially started like posting, you know, who's going with the authors and everything. And so I just want to mention I'm going to be there. So if you want to get together or try and figure something out, like, I'd love to meet y'all in person, because that's actually the main mystery event that I go to. I'm planning to go to. And unless Nicole is going to be getting on a plane to Bethesda, Maryland, or, you know.
I know. I was like, I want to go back.
I know. I'm kind of like, I'm like, please, I'm like, I'd love to be in a place where like all our book club members still get together in person. I just think that'd be so amazing. So if you are going, I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you there. And we talked about Perlock, but yes, I will create some swag for y'all. And yes, I will just mention again, Den's all the links on one page, and I shared that on our Twitter, and I will share it again. And boom, that was all the housekeeping notes. My goodness, my voice is gonna die now. I even have my little clipboard like ready to go with all the notes on it. I was trying to be so prepared for y'all, because I'm like, oh, if they're gonna be here, I want to do the best job I possibly can for them.
You're amazing.
It's one of those things I haven't said in a while, and there's so much to mention and about. And so wait a second. I don't want to forget to mention Perlock. I don't want to forget to mention like next month's giveaway. There's so much Cozy Mystery awesomeness going on. I don't want anyone to be left out and be like, hey, I didn't know about this, or I didn't know about that. So I want to make sure I gave you guys all of the notes. I posted them on my own Instagram live story and the Cozy Mystery Instagram live story too. So hopefully, even if people weren't able to join the live stream, they will find out what's going on and join us next time. Aww. I like the little woot woot. I'm like, yes. And I'm gonna have to like make green tea because my voice is like, wait a second, you're not usually talking this much. I try again, I really do try. So I mean, again, if like you ever think of something, or you know, you want something in the future, or you want to do like be a part of something, just message me and let me know. Aw, thank you, Lady Gizmo, for joining us. Oh, Jan, you're so cute. Aw. And so, if anyone has any final thoughts, questions, queries, anything before we say goodnight, I mean, Nicole's being adorable over there with her like hats on hats.
I see all the cozy stuff.
I mean, I just kind of threw a lot at you, so if you want any more information or, you know, anything else, you think of anything else, you know, future buddy reads are going to be coming up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This book comes out in May, so be on the lookout for that too. But yeah, if there's any, you guys are so cute. All my comments just popped up all at once. Aw, Cody, Gayleen, aw, Danielle, Lisa, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are the best.
Thank you. We're all talking with you tonight. This is a great night. Great company. You guys are just amazing.
I know we hadn't done this in so long, and it was just like picking up right where we left off, having everyone be here and be so positive. You know, I'm pretty sure Vicki Delaney is awesome, and I read this book a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be having a good time next month too.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like, February can't come soon enough. I'm like, wait, we still have more Cozy Mystery. Awesomeness coming. But Nicole's posting. You guys are the best. Oh my goodness.
we love you.
And so I was gonna say, so it doesn't look like anyone has any questions or anything. So are you ready to say goodnight?
I think we're ready. If anyone has anything to say, another shout out to Angela. She is so dedicated. Like Miriam said, she is the heart, soul, brain, genius behind this club. And honestly, it's like we couldn't do this without her. She's just MVP for everything, and Angela is. She's working so hard on her dissertation, and she still has time to do all of this. She's seriously a rock star, Wonder Woman. I love this woman so much.
Oh, you're making me cry.
Don't cry. Oh my God.
Oh no, I mean, honestly, like, I love doing this for y'all, and again, like, I'm still trying not to cry. I mean, it's so, like, I look forward to doing this stuff for you. I mean, the other night when I consolidated all the links on my website, like, I was so happy to do that. I'm like, oh, Cody had mentioned he wanted this mug, and I remember someone else had posted on Twitter as well, and I'm going, oh, I want to do this, and I was thinking of y'all as I was doing it, and it was just like, coding is miserable. This dissertation is so difficult, and like I got to end my day doing something for you guys, and it made me so happy, and I'm crying. I can't stop the tears. They're coming from Nicole's sweet words and thoughtfulness and amazingness. But it's just my complete honor and pleasure. Like, I love doing this for y'all, and it's so amazing that, you know, people love books like this, and we're able to get together and celebrate them. And now my voice is wobbling because I'm really crying. So I'm gonna. Oh. Emotion. This is what dissertation writing does to you. Like, your emotions are all on the surface. You're like, oh, when people are so nice to you, like, I can't handle it.
You work so hard, and we love you. And
oh,
it's a great way. This is a great way to end the night. A great way to spend time with people about something that you love, and it's a great time. And like you said, all the positivity. Like, everyone is so positive and uplifting, and I love being a part of this club. Thank you.
Oh, and I'm actually gonna, my makeup be like, you know, all off, because I'm officially gonna wreck because you guys cry with all the innocence and awesomeness that is this book club. Oh, I'm like, this is the best way to end the night, on the happiest possible. I'm so glad you guys liked this month, and I'm really hoping you guys like next month's book entry she read. I'm so excited for that, and all the Sherlock awesomeness that is coming. I mean, it's Sherlock. like you know, we have a mystery icon here. So, I mean, I can see February, and tomorrow or sometime in the next, I will go through all the entries, and someone will be winning some winter themed Kenzie. So there's more coziness, awesomeness coming your way.
It's gonna be amazing.
Be sure. And so, you know, obviously I'll be checking the Instagram a little sporadically, but I will be checking it. And obviously the Twitter is, I'm there for you. So be sure to check that out. And hopefully, you know, we'll get some more things going. I know that I have some things working in the back of my brain that I want to do for y'all on Twitter. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Thank you so much. And I'm still crying and emotional. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to my lovely co-hostess, Nicole. She's the best friend in the world. And I'm so honored that you guys spent your time with us tonight. And I can't wait to talk about cozies next month. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night. We love you. Mwah.